How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not talking hotels. Okay, you're starting off in the business. You say in your head, one day I'm going to be a superhero.
It wasn't really it wasn't anything I thought about.
Right.
When I started off in this business in the early 1940s, they weren't really making a ton of superhero movies. It wasn't a genre that was as popular then as it is now. No, I never could have predicted this.
How many you signed up for?
Well, I signed up for, I think, just for the two that I did, and then it was, I was in Civil War, and so it's kind of the way it worked was they kind of
whenever they need you
in a way, yeah. But it's not like signing like you're doing a 7-year contract to a television show or anything like that. And I'm sure each thing is probably individual.
So you have said, though, that signing on to this was like when you signed on to Friends, like the phenomenon.
Well, it's the only thing that I could even compare it to a little bit in that it's an established group and one that is recognized worldwide. And I have had the same kind of the same feeling of showing up a little bit later and just not wanting to get in the way and kind of looking around in a mild state of shock as to seeing these people and their costumes and the props and everything up close and personal. It's a similar feeling.
What was it like seeing yourself for the first time as Antman?
It was very exciting. I remember when I put the suit on for the first time. They were trying to, the fitting for the first one anyway, and I went through many fittings. But that very first time, it was it just made it real in a way because I kind of saw what it might look like, and it was very exciting.
Is it strange to know that you're part of this universe of 22 movies? And can you name all 22?
No. I might be able to, actually, and it's not strange.
Surreal.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, what this has become is unique, and to be a part of it is a bit surreal, but it's really exciting and it's gratifying in many ways because no matter what country I go to or who I'm meeting, whatever the age, it's people have a connection. They know about these characters and these series of films, and it's a pretty cool place to be.
Why do you think this universe resonates so much with people?
Well, I mean, the comic books have for decades, and the characters, kids have grown up with them, and then their parents grew up with these same characters, and their parents maybe grew up with these characters, and they're archetypical. So many of them represent what we all kind of strive to be or want to be in our own lives, and yet they are also all flawed and human in ways, and we relate to that and connect with that. And so, I think that they're super human and heroic, yet still relatable. And I think that, that strikes a chord with a lot of people.
Now let's talk about this fan theory of Ant-Man going up Thanos' ass.
Yes, and?
1, would you want to? 2, does Thanos even have an ass?
What do you think?
I just don't think Thanos poops.
You don't think so?
This is deep.
Yeah, no
pun intended.
Yeah, this is
just take a crack at it.
No pun intended there either. This is an interesting. This is what the internet does. It just kind of floats an idea out there. You're not the first person to wonder if Thanos. He's Thanos, right? It couldn't be that easy.
I mean, he'd need like 15 ply, not 2 ply.
He also has like a space stone, right? So I mean, there's in a way, anything can be as expansive as possible.
And though, if that was a theory that happened, basically that could happen in every movie with Ant-Man.
It seems a little far-fetched to me. Yeah, I don't. And I think we've exhausted that topic.
Okay,
but it'll be interesting. We'll bring Josh Brolin in here, see what he thinks about it.
Josh, do you want Ant-Man up your ass? Sorry. I can't even believe we're talking about this, but we are.
Well, I can't believe it, but you brought it up.
I did bring it up because I find it quite amazing what the fans will come up with. How do you deal with a fandom? I mean, it is enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And they analyze everything to the point where, like, do you see, like, something being analyzed and you're like, that's, no one was trying to make a point there, but they think they see something there.
Well, I think it's a testament to the passion
Yeah.
that many people have for these characters. There's a history that, to them that we don't see if you've just seen the movies. If you've read the comics, you know other storylines. And the fans want to pay homage and be respectful to those storylines. And yet there are so many people out there that want to try and figure it out. I think that these fan theories are interesting to read. Sometimes I don't really follow them too much. I'd heard about this one, obviously. I was asked about it at the Antman junket. It's been around for a while, but it is fun to have a little bit of an inside information. And I read something and think, wow, that is just so way off. But people might, I think that's part of the fun for a lot of people to try and figure these things out. And, there are many websites that make it their business to try and find out.
Should there be an intermission during Endgame?
I haven't seen it. I couldn't tell you.
It's long, though, for a movie these days. It's over 3 hours.
Well, I'd have to see it, and I think it's a fairly epic story. We've got what is it, the 22nd?
22nd.
And there's a lot of ground to cover. So the main goal here was we want people to be satisfied and not feel cheated in some way. You want to pay the proper respect to the characters and the story that it deserves. And I'm guessing that they felt that this is it. This is the right time.
Were you surprised to see who got disintegrated? Who got disintegrated or who disintegrated?
I think it's who disintegrated.
Yes.
But was I surprised? Yeah, I was a little bit. I mean, I was really kind of in that moment. And when I saw Infinity War, and I knew it was coming,
right.
By the way, I knew beforehand. It was still so emotional and powerful that when it was happening, I was just an audience member. I got caught up in it like anybody, and I was really kind of surprised to see it all, and I thought it was very effective.
What is the penalty for giving spoilers? If you gave a spoiler to me right now, how much money would you have to pay to Marvel?
I'm not even going to attempt to try and find out.
And you haven't seen Endgame yet?
No.
No one has.
No.
Makes it easier, though, so you can't spoil things, right? But you know stuff.
Well, I know some stuff.
But
I was there when they filmed some of it.
Yeah, but you don't know how they're going to cut it together.
That's true. I don't even know if they'll use it.
Because also the Russos have said even the trailers, they've purposely done things to throw everyone off, so you can't really see what's happening.
God, they're good.
They're really good.
They're really good. They're really good.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.